This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. A look now at the Miami offense.
I remember when Laramie Tunsil was coming out of Mississippi and I was evaluating him for the draft in 2016. Ended up writing down a description that I tended to like, and I'm going to use it here now. He's got feet like a receiver. He's got a body like an offensive lineman and hands like a boxer. Put it all together, you got a heck of an offensive lineman. There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack, but I love his suddenness. The ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone. And into the offensive backfield, he's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. He's bred this big defensive tackle.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week, 20 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown.
And as we discovered and talked with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Bring it. Bring it. Hey, 14, run it.
They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
There's Wilson to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Hey, come on, now. Come on, now.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Let's go. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Here's a first down run with Collins. Shreds the tackle. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Wilson. It's complete to Fuller. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the shotgun, Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Williams. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down and 4, Wilson, and the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Now Wilson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man, it's Bennett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The end result, 21 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Double dog, that's the way.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Yeah, baby.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. David Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Let's go, D.
On second down, it's Collins. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the foot. Ball back. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the second time. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's go!
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Wilson. He's got Fuller. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. Wilson now, pretty remarkable. 14 of 15 through the air, only 1 incompletion. And another 1st and 10 here. Here's Wilson sliding out of the pocket. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Carson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Wilson now, the handoff to Collins. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 4th touchdown on the year. Yeah, the Seahawks, they're able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half, Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Wilson gives to Collins. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now Wilson, wide open receiver, complete, and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Wilson on target there to Moore. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. To throw again is Wilson. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it they're picking up the 1st down.
Offensively, they like their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
They'll try to run with Carson. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2nd and goal from the 1.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
Now it's Wilson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back.
And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Bridgewater now. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Bridgewater to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
That throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. Wilson now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. On 1st down, Wilson. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Let's go.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. To throw again on second down. Bridgewater. It's complete to Williams. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
Even. 4 down. Let's go double count right here. Double count. Good touch.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jail.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football, because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
It's complete to Fuller. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. That first down completion only netted them 3. Second and 7. Wilson wants to throw it. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist and a late score here in this one.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to, because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it? Yeah. This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings.
Exactly.
There.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
So that drive, 4 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
kick out of bounds, kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Trying to get it that time to Stills. And now it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coach,